Did you know that over 70 billion animals are slaughtered every year for human consumption? That's about 10 times the human population. An astounding figure, isn't it? It's hard to imagine, but it's the stark reality of the meat industry. Today, we're going to take you on a journey through the world of meat production, from the top manufacturers to the specialties around the globe. Intrigued? Stick around as we delve into the world of meat production. Here we go. Let's start by identifying the biggest players in the meat industry. When we talk about the major meat manufacturers, we must mention JBS, a Brazilian company. With a market share that's nothing short of colossal, JBS is the biggest meat producer in the world. Each year, they process an incredible number of chickens, cows, and pigs, not to mention their significant contribution to the world's lamb production. Next on the list is Tyson Foods from the United States. Known for their chicken, beef, and pork, Tyson Foods is a titan in the industry. Their annual production is in the millions of tons, securing their place at the top. From China, we have WH Group, a company with an impressive global reach. They're the largest pork company in the world, handling a vast amount of the global pork production. We also have to mention BRF, another powerhouse from Brazil. They're a key player in poultry and pork production, with a significant share in the global market. Then there's Smithfield Foods, a subsidiary of the aforementioned WH Group. Based in the United States, they are one of the largest pork producers and processors. But let's not forget about Cargill, a private multinational from the United States. They're involved in a variety of food sectors, but their beef production is particularly noteworthy. And finally, we have Marfrig, yet another Brazilian company. They're one of the largest beef producers in the world, contributing a considerable amount to the global supply. Each of these companies, with their vast networks and immense production capabilities, plays a pivotal role in feeding the world's insatiable appetite for meat. They operate on a scale that's hard to comprehend, processing millions of animals each year. Their influence on the meat industry is undeniable, shaping the way we produce, consume, and think about meat. These giants of the industry have a significant impact on global meat production. Now, let's talk about the types of meat we consume the most. When it comes to meat consumption globally, chicken, beef, and pork take the top spots, with a few other contenders trailing not too far behind. Chicken is the clear front-runner in this culinary race. It seems that our love for poultry is universal. Perhaps it's the versatility of chicken that makes it a global favorite. You can roast it, grill it, fry it, or even toss it in a salad. The possibilities are endless. Also, it's a lean source of protein, making it a popular choice for those conscious about their health. On the other hand, beef holds a strong second position. From juicy steaks to hearty stews, beef is a staple in many diets around the world. Its rich flavor and high iron content make it a preferred choice for many. And let's not forget the global love for a good old-fashioned hamburger, which certainly contributes to beef's popularity. Now let's turn our attention to pork. It's the most widely consumed meat in the world, thanks to its prominent role in several Asian and European cuisines. Whether it's in the form of crispy bacon for breakfast, a comforting bowl of ramen, or a festive holiday ham, pork has a special place in our hearts and our plates. But our global palate is not limited to these three. Other types of meat like lamb, goat, and even game meats like venison and wild boar also make their mark. These meats may not be as universally consumed, but they hold cultural significance in various parts of the world, adding to the rich tapestry of global cuisine. And let's not forget about seafood. From succulent shrimp to grilled salmon, the bounty of the sea offers a wide array of choices for those seeking alternatives to land-based meats. So, whether you're a chicken lover, a beef enthusiast, or a pork connoisseur, there's no denying the significant role that meat plays in our diets. It's interesting to see how our preferences vary based on the type of animal, isn't it? Scene script. Next, we're going to look at which countries produce the most meat. Let's embark on a global tour, starting with the United States, the largest producer of beef and veal. The country's vast grasslands make for excellent grazing grounds, and the cattle raised here are known for their robust flavor, thanks in part to the American tradition of grain finishing. Moving on, we land in China, the world's leading pork producer. Chinese cuisine has a deep-rooted love for pork. and the country has fine-tuned the art of pig rearing to meet its massive demand. From sweet and sour pork to char siu, the versatility of pork shines through in a myriad of Chinese dishes. Next stop, Brazil. This South American country is the largest exporter of poultry, particularly chicken. The warm climate and ample space for rearing birds, combined with a commitment to rigorous health standards, makes for a successful poultry production powerhouse. Hopping over to Australia, we find a country famed for its lamb. Australian lamb is sought after globally for its tender texture and distinct flavor. Their secret? A combination of pristine pastures and meticulous animal welfare practices. Our final destination is India, the largest producer of buffalo meat, also known as cara beef. Despite being a predominantly vegetarian country, India has capitalized on the demand for cara beef in international markets, particularly in Southeast Asia and the Middle East. It's important to note that alongside these giants, there are numerous smaller countries making their mark in the meat production landscape. For instance, New Zealand is renowned for its high-quality lamb, while Denmark has a strong reputation for its pork products. Each of these countries has honed their meat production methods to suit their unique climates, resources, and culinary traditions. They've also adapted to the demands of the global market, finding their niche and excelling within it. In essence, the world of meat production is a tapestry of diverse practices and specialties, woven together by a shared goal: to satisfy our global appetite for meat. These countries are the powerhouses of global meat production. Have you ever wondered how meat export impacts the economy? Well, let's sink our teeth into this juicy topic. The meat export business is a bustling hive of activity. It's not just about the money made from selling the meat. The ripple effects spread far and wide, impacting various sectors of the economy. First, there's job creation. The meat industry employs millions of people worldwide, from the farmers rearing the animals, to the butchers carving up the cuts, to the truckers transporting the goods, and the list goes on. And these jobs aren't just in the meat-producing countries. Importing nations also see employment opportunities in distribution, retail, and even marketing. Then we come to the contribution to gross domestic product, or GDP. The meat industry is a significant player here. In fact, in several countries, it makes up a substantial chunk of the GDP. For instance, in countries like Brazil and Australia, the meat industry contributes billions to the economy. This isn't just from domestic sales, but from exports as well. Now, let's talk about trade balance. This is the difference between what a country earns from exports and what it spends on imports. When a country exports more than it imports, it has a trade surplus. And quite a few countries, especially those with large meat industries, see a surplus thanks to meat exports. This isn't small change we're talking about. It's billions of dollars that boost the economy and keep the wheels of industry turning. So, what does all this mean? Well, the meat export business is a complex, interconnected system that props up economies. It creates jobs, contributes to GDP, and can even tip the trade balance in a country's favor. But it's not just about the numbers. It's about the people, the communities, and even the countries that rely on this industry for their livelihoods. So the meat industry plays a significant role in the global economy. And it's a role that extends far beyond the dinner plate. Now, let's shift our focus to the animals themselves. Trillions of livestock animals make their way through the world's meat industry each year. Yes, you heard that right, trillions. If we break it down, in the United States alone, over 9 billion chickens, 120 million pigs, and 30 million cows are processed for meat annually. These staggering numbers might leave you a bit shell-shocked. The sheer volume of animals reared and slaughtered is a testament to the insatiable global appetite for meat. But these numbers also bring to light the ethical concerns associated with such large-scale meat production. Let's delve a little deeper. The quality of life for these animals is often, regrettably, a secondary concern. The drive for efficiency and profit can lead to conditions that are less than ideal for the animals. Overcrowded facilities, limited access to natural environments, and high-stress situations are unfortunately all too common. This has led to a growing movement advocating for more humane practices in the meat industry. The call for free-range farming, where animals are given access to outdoor spaces and the ability to engage in natural behaviors, is becoming louder. The push for organic farming, which avoids the use of antibiotics and hormones, is also gaining momentum. It's a complex issue, with economic considerations on one side and animal welfare on the other. As consumers, we hold significant power in shaping the industry's practices. By choosing to support producers that prioritize animal welfare, we can help drive change in the industry. But it's not just about the animals' welfare. It's also about the quality of the meat we consume. Studies have shown that animals raised in less stressful environments, with access to natural diets, produce meat that is often healthier and tastier. So it's a win-win situation. Better for the animals and better for us. It's a sobering reality of the meat industry. But remember, as consumers, our choices matter, and every small change can make a big difference. Finally, let's take a culinary journey around the world. Picture this: a globe-spanning banquet, each dish a testament to the unique culinary traditions that distinguish cultures far and wide. Let's start our Epicurean expedition in South America with Argentina's asado. This is not just a dish, it's a social event. Beef ribs, sausages, and other cuts are slow-cooked to smoky perfection on a parrilla or grill. The result is a meat lover's dream, tender and bursting with robust flavors. Jetting across to Asia, we encounter Korea's beloved bulgogi. Thin, marinated slices of beef or pork are grilled on a barbecue or stovetop griddle. Sweet, savory, and with a hint of smokiness, bulgogi is a testament to the Korean mastery of the grill. Now, let's hop over to Europe, specifically Spain, for the world-renowned jamón ibérico. This is no ordinary ham. Made from the black Iberian pig, the meat is cured for up to 4 years, resulting in a ham that is richly flavored and melt-in-your-mouth tender. We can't forget about the Middle East, where lamb mandi reigns supreme. This traditional dish from Yemen sees a whole lamb slow-cooked in a tandoor, a type of oven. The meat, fragrant with a blend of spices, falls off the bone and is often served over aromatic rice. Lastly, let's touch down in Africa, in the West African nation of Senegal, for their national dish, thiaboudien. It's a hearty fish and rice dish, but variations include beef, lamb, or chicken, each bringing its unique twist to this beloved staple. So there you have it. 5 continents, 5 dishes, each a testament to the rich tapestry of global gastronomy. From the parillas of Argentina to the tandoors of Yemen, these meat specialties tell a story of tradition, creativity, and the universal love of good food. Isn't it fascinating how diverse our culinary traditions are? We've covered a lot of ground today, haven't we? From the bustling production lines of the world's top meat manufacturers to the diverse delicacies savored across the globe, our journey through the meat industry has been as enlightening as it has been intriguing. We started off our journey with a meaty fact check, delving into the giants of this industry. These manufacturers, with their sprawling facilities and cutting-edge technology, are the backbone of the global meat industry, supplying a substantial portion of the world's meat needs. Next, we explored the consumption of meat by animal category. We saw how the love for chicken, beef, pork, and other meats varies across regions, reflecting not just dietary preferences but cultural traditions and economic realities as well. Our journey then took us to the meatiest countries, those nations that produce the most amount of meat. These are the powerhouses of the industry, their vast farms and ranches contributing significantly to the global meat supply. We also delved into the economic impact of meat exports. We discovered how this trade affects economies, from creating jobs and boosting incomes to shaping international relations. The business of meat is indeed a major player in the global economic arena. The Life of Livestock was another important stop on our journey. We took a sobering look at the sheer number of animals that are raised and slaughtered to meet our meat needs. This part of the journey gave us a deeper understanding of the scale and complexities of the meat industry. Finally, we savored the specialties of the meat world. From the succulent steaks of Argentina to the spicy sausages of Spain, we discovered how meat is not just a source of nutrition, but also a canvas for creativity and cultural expression. Our journey through the meat industry has been a fascinating one, revealing the complexities and nuances of a world that is so much a part of our daily lives. It has shown us how our choices as consumers can have far-reaching impacts, from the economic fortunes of nations to the fate of millions of animals. And that's a wrap on our deep dive into the meat industry. Thanks for sticking around, and don't forget to subscribe for more intriguing insights.